serious if you start to notice your mental health getting worse. What's something you can do to make it better? I write down everything that is bad and stressful in my life, and I put them into two categories. I can do something about it. I can't do something about it. Then I take all the ones that are in the do something category and come up with 3 actions for each that are quick wins that I can deal with right now. And I do them. Everything else I see is inevitable and I can't do anything right now. So I'll let them go. This is a really good way to deal with emotions. And when you think things are getting too much, it helps you understand the things you can change and the things you can't. Obviously it depends on your individual situation. However, for a lot of situations, letting go of the things you can't affect or can't make better can really help. It's hard, but it helps. If there's something you can't change or can't make better, stop worrying about it, as taking the time and energy to worry and obsess can't affect it. Concentrate your time and energy on the things that you can make better for yourself. Just my opinion, and as I said, is not a blanket rule. Admit that your mental health is getting worse to yourself. Be kind to yourself if the day isn't going as you hoped or planned. Be prepared to seek medical help. Ensure that your boss or our know they will help. Reach out to others about random conversation topics. Sometimes human interaction is great, but I personally don't want people feeling sorry for me. I have a hard time saying, my brain sucks ass, and I feel shitty to those close to me. Don't drink too much alcohol, and don't eat like shit. Treat simple things as an accomplishment. 1. I got up. 2. I brushed teeth. 3. I showered. 4. I got changed. 5. I brushed my hair. 6. I made some food. 7. I ate it. Those little positive things help. Yes, when you're not feeling terrible, it's a given that you do these things. Edit. I also brush my teeth apparently. Edit 2. Thank you for gold. The upvotes and awards. I didn't expect this at all. Edit 3. I liked some suggestions and adding them to the list. 8. Get up off your ass and go outside, even if it's for 10 minutes. 9. Drink the hydrating liquid. 10. Clean your nesting area. As you all can tell, I'm not a GP or counselor, I'm just a severely depressed human. I know that the "our" comment is controversial, but that works for me where I work. EAP boss GPR. I've always found reaching to the EAP is the easiest step to get transferred to the help you need. I like that you specified point 6 and 7. I've been struggling with point 7 lately. I cook something I usually love, but can't seem to muster the strength to eat it. Clean up your surroundings, especially wherever you spend most of your time. This gives you a tangible sense of control over your environment and a generally better place to exist. And start really small if you have to, like if your whole home feels like too much, or your whole room feels like too much. Start with whatever you see the most, whether it's a shelf or a table, or whatever. Sounds like a stupid answer, but seeking help or confiding in someone you trust is important. To make it a bit more personal, I take time away from whatever it is that I think is triggering me. Work, social media, toxic people. I just take a day and give myself a break. You obviously can't do that with everything, but if you can, it helps. Breathe. Breathing exercises are truly powerful things, and they have well documented effects on one's mental health. When I find my own anxiety or mood starting to escalate, I do a really simple breathing exercise. When I breathe in, I say to myself I'm breathing in, and in exhale I say I'm breathing out. I do this at least 3 times. This sort of structure is often referred to as mantra breathing. This does 2 important things. First, it helps you take control of your breath. But second, it helps you take control of your mind. By consciously speaking to yourself in your head, there's less room for the more passive thoughts, because active ones are speaking. That's the best way I can put it. There are more complex and in-depth breathing exercises that I've used with clients, but I like that one the most for its simplicity. Source: I used to teach DBT skills to groups and individuals. Go outside for a walk or to work out a bit every day. Get up early in the morning. Lay around in bed. Those have helped me the most. Write down what you feel. Doing this takes a huge jumble of negative, overwhelming thoughts and turns them into words on a sheet of paper. Somehow that is so much more manageable. First thing is being honest with yourself that you might be on a downswing mentally. Second thing is being kind to yourself. Remind yourself that you are allowed your feelings and that you won't always feel this way. Third thing is to give yourself permission to be lazy, unmotivated, a couch potato. If that's the self-care you need, then take it. Fourth thing, call a friend, a counselor, therapist, if you have one, or mental health helpline. You don't have to be in full-blown crisis to use them. If you have one person you trust, reach out to them and tell them THST you're having a rough go, and then be clear about if you need them. It's okay to not know if you need company or someone to check on you. Sometimes I just tell my friend, hey, I'm having a rough day today and I just wanted to let you know. I don't need anything right now, but could you check in on me by X time tonight? Lastly, remember that you are loved by someone. It doesn't always help, but sometimes it just might. Stay strong, love. Feel free to DM if you wanna chat. For me, two things work without fail. One, going for a run. Something about it makes me feel like I can take on a bear once I've finished. Two, watching a bittersweet movie takes me out of my own head and usually makes me realize that life goes on despite the pain that we often encounter. Aside from that, I haven't completely overcome my demons in the last few months. So even if you try, it might not work 100% of the time. And that's okay. Sometimes you just need to process everything, and that takes time too. Seek help right away before it gets worse. Being conscious enough to realize this early enough is huge. There's absolutely no shame in scheduling a few appointments with a therapist. Getting answers sooner rather than later is so important. If you feel like you're overwhelmed, cry. It's totally okay to cry. Whether you're alone or with someone, people you love, there's someone out there who's always willing to give a listening ear. It's also a great relief from the heavy weight on your chest. When I feel stressed out, or if I can't let go of something that bothers me to no end, I rant in my car. Talking to myself always declutters my thoughts and helps me understand if I'm thinking rationally or irrationally about those things. I can also scream in my car because no one will hear me. Ask yourself H-A-L-T. Am I hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? Letting small things like this build up when you're not conscious of them can have a real big effect on your mental health. I've learned my anxiety is much more sensitive when I haven't been meeting my basic needs, such as eating right, getting enough sleep, or exercise. Makes a big difference in maintaining your mood. Also, journaling does wonders for processing emotions, events, worries. It puts them into perspective, is helpful for figuring out a game plan on how to move forward, and can bring awareness to your thought patterns and behaviors. These are some of my go-to suggestions and things I do myself. If someone is struggling with mental health issues, sometimes depends on what type of struggle the person is having. Look into some kind of therapy, counselor, doctor for some help. I know it can be really hard to take that big step, but it really can be a great thing if you can reach out and start seeing a therapist or someone. Also, the crisis lines. Also posting here and on other subs, and hopefully getting some support through that method. It can take patience sometimes with posting, because sometimes it just seems like there aren't many people around, and sometimes it can be so busy that posts get buried really easily. So don't give up if you are only getting a couple of answers. Try varying the times of day you are posting. Even try different days of the week so that you are hitting different time zones, and then hopefully you can get some replies. Something that may be helpful is to get yourself on some type of schedule. It probably sounds unrelated, but by making yourself a routine, it can actually help decrease stress, help you get more organized and focused and balanced, helps you make time for things you need to do so that you aren't overwhelming yourself one day and under-scheduling the next day. So writing up a routine for yourself and making yourself stick to it can be beneficial. Get up at the same time each day, eat meals at the same time, schedule in some time for fun and relaxation, time to socialize, post, contact any supports you do have, time for exercise, time for any work, etc. If you are dealing with depression or something similar and are feeling low on motivation, Using the SMART goals may help you focus on specifically what it is you want to achieve and help you break it down into small, manageable pieces. SMART is a well-established tool that you can use to plan and achieve your goals. While there are a number of interpretations of the acronym's meaning, the most common one is that goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, realistic, and time-bound. Just for an example, if your overarching goal is that you want to get more exercise, use the SMART technique to make a realistic and achievable goal. For example, I will walk for 5 minutes at a time, 2 times this week. Keeping it small can help you not feel so overwhelmed by taking on too much at once, and you can tell if you succeeded at the end. Because if you did indeed go for a walk for 5 minutes, twice in the week, rather than set an unrealistic goal of I'm exercising for an hour every day, in that example, it didn't specify exactly how you were going to exercise. An hour might be too much if you haven't been exercising at all for a while, and doing it every day at first can also be extremely overwhelming. Relaxation techniques can be helpful. Relaxation techniques. 1 breath focus. In this simple, powerful technique, you take long, slow, deep breaths, also known as abdominal or belly breathing. As you breathe, you gently disengage your mind from distracting thoughts and sensations. 2 body scan. This technique blends breath focus with progressive muscle relaxation. After a few minutes of deep breathing, you focus on one part of the body or group of muscles at a time and mentally releasing any physical tension you feel there. Link. 3 guided imagery. For this technique, you conjure up soothing scenes, places, or experiences in your mind to help you relax and focus. You can find free apps and online recordings of calming scenes. For mindfulness meditation, this practice involves sitting comfortably, focusing on your breathing, and bringing your mind's attention to the present moment without drifting into concerns about the past or the future. Also, sometimes finding things to take our mind off of the things that are contributing to our anxieties, mental health issues can be helpful. It might sound silly and superficial, but sometimes just doing little things to busy our minds and our hands can give us a bit of a break. I have a list of distraction self-soothing techniques I use to give my mind a break. It's revised right now to take COVID restrictions into account. Distraction self-soothing techniques. Jigsaw puzzles, you can find some online if you can't go buy some. Crossword puzzle books, you can find some online if you can't go buy some. Word search books, you can find some online if you can't go buy some. Paint by number sets, not sure if you can do this online or not. Playing card solitaire. Drawing pictures. Coloring books and crayons. Coloring pencils sounds juvenile, but coloring can be very relaxing and a good distraction technique. Write a poem, story journal. Board games. Books, read an old favorite, or find something you normally wouldn't read to see if you can find something new to enjoy. Craft type kits, maybe start a new hobby that isn't too expensive. Do some chores, cleaning around the house. Maybe it's a good time to finish any projects you haven't had time to complete. Exercise, dancing, stretching, skipping, anything that moves your body. Listen to music, songs, sounds you like, for example water sounds, thunder, lightning, storms, whale sounds, etc. Talk, phone, text a friend, FaceTime, post online. Relaxation techniques. Progressive relaxation, deep breathing, sing songs, yoga, light scented candles, incense, relaxing. Take a nap. Or watch a favorite TV show, movie, or watch a new show that is out of your normal genres to watch. You may find something new you like. Watch YouTube videos. X-Gels marble racing. R-Gels marble run. Link. It is quite fun and mesmerizing and the kids might really like this. 2. Video games, computer games. Make your favorite hot drink or food you like. Write a letter to someone. Take a bath, shower with your favorite soaps, bubble bath. Read other stories on Reddit. Check out some other subs you don't usually read. Have you ever been curious about a topic but never had time to research it? Do it now. Google is your friend. Look up a beginner's online course for a language you've always been curious about. Learn a few phrases. If you are in an apartment with a balcony, away from others, spend a bit of time on the balcony getting some fresh air. Read a book or magazine, or just sit and watch the clouds, or do some deep breathing. Go for a walk outside, only if your area is allowing, that practice social distancing, and go to a more isolated area, if possible if it is not allowed where you live. Follow the appropriate rules. Also, there is also another Reddit sub that has a lot of very good information. Maybe check it out for further suggestions. It's called our self-care charts link. Avoid alcohol. Human connection. Just someone to talk to. Being ignored is the worst you can do. Write down small tasks that you have to achieve that day. It can be as simple as get out of bed, or brushing your teeth, etc., and tick them off as you go. But having a note of all these little tasks can show you how much you have achieved, and can give your personal gratification. It might not work for everyone, but it has helped me personally. Eat health. Exercise. See friends. Get out and do things. Break up your routine. Book an appointment to speak with a professional.